It's on the website. It's on the.
Anthony, I have it here.
You got it?
I have it, but I just want come and see.
All right.
And I am asking. I have the text. I have everything.
Yep.
So.
Would you suggest that the board practice that?
No, but it's because people really run this online thing.
Good, excellent.
So no, we could just get more chairs. Just get more chairs. How many are we?
Well, we're 9 actually.
No, we cannot because we're not present.
No, no, we're not present. No. Kyriaki, Butcher, Carol. That's it.
You and me.
3 of you up here for the photo.
And then just next chair. No, but we need another. We have these 3 and then you and me. Because
Well, I'm up here.
yes, you're not all the time.
No, that's true.
Can we?
Isabel too, yes, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another chair.
Should I try to contact the dean and get him to do an introduction today?
No, bring him back so I can tell him what I was trying to say before. Oh, he's the music.
What is really unfortunate the way he, his presentation. He didn't look at people.
Explain why translation is getting left out in the comments.
Did you notice, Anthony, that I didn't even apologize on his behalf because I thought that is just beyond. You just graceful.
Yes,
I just thought ignore it.
This is normal in Aarhus, we thought.
Such a no.
No, it was okay.
No, he was not. He was.
Oh, well,
not
you
okay.
have
He was. We think we have a grudge against him.
a little more, just a smidge.
No. It was not. I thought, no, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just not that dignified.
But I prepared a spiel for him, and he was just running out the door, and I was going to say,
You could always see
wait,
his foot.
yeah, yes, you could.
That was all you could see. It was really his foot. He was walking. He was not walking.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I mean, that's so poor behavior. I mean, you stay in the session you're in, at least for the opening. You stay for the opening. Just for the opening, he could sneak out for the keynote. I think he was he probably.
Oh, that's a positive thing.
He is.
You've intimidated him.
No, yes, because he knows what I think. He does. He knows.
You got 400 people here.
In one piece of meat, I'm sure you're going to this. That was actually easy when it was announced that it was going to be separate. He said, but I'm going to be separate. So clearly, yes.
We're working on that one, but I have to. This is like.
I think we want to.
You can have headset on if you want instead.
Yeah, because it works better.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
The microphone has to go under, so it's the opposite way. So it's like this.
So, and
No, and I've lost my ear. I lost my ear. There we go.
Cool. I just gonna.
This goes in the pocket.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
This?
Come
Yeah.
off on the other
Perfect.
side.
Oh, it's because it needs to be a bit.
Is that okay?
Perfect. Yeah.
All right. Good.
Try to turn it on. It's in the middle there. And put to wait a cup. This one. Wait a couple here. Try.
Hello. Oh, dear me.
Turn off again if you want to. That's a
Your toilet? Was that your nose? I did not step on it.
we have two things, because we need all these codes for each vote. We need to show them.
Oh, we got to put it in.
We can put it into the slide, you know, as we go. But
No,
it's
but
been
you've got to put it on the website. The people at home, or they're going to see it here.
The idea was to just give them it to them here. It says
But
on
you
the
don't
website
want the
you'll get it.
non-members to vote.
That is true,
So
and
it's got
that's
to be
why
on
we're
the website. I can do that now.
There'll be like 4 votes now, but I'm thinking. Well, the idea was to hide the Mentimeter address, and then we could easily just give out the code. We can even write it on the board. We can easily just, because everybody will be able to follow the code, we can just write it on the board, or we could put it into.
Do we have a code now?
Thomas does, but out of principle, I do not have them.
Yeah.
So you can ask him, but he can really put them on the
Well,
board.
it's the beginning of the meeting right now, so I can.
So that is one thing. Another thing, do we want to show the results
Yes.
as we go along? Because what he can do, he gets them on his email, then he just sends it to that computer, and we open the link. Yes, but. Yeah, well, we just need to.
No. Well, we
There's power in front of the stage and moving. To try and see so you have power. Just say where you're saying.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. I hereby open the general meeting of the European Society for Translation Studies. We have a very full agenda, as you can see. We will have a quorum quite soon, I'm sure, but we can begin with some preliminaries. This meeting is being streamed live, so members who are not attending here can follow us and will be able to vote. We are going to elect a new executive board, president and office holders, and we will vote on some other propositions as well. For that, you will need an electronic device. That is a mobile phone, a laptop, a computer. If you don't have that, you are being disenfranchised. Are there any problems with that? You have answered correctly. I'm going to present a brief President's report on behalf of the Executive Committee. There they are, very smiling faces, very happy people, and we have been happy, haven't we? The members who are present are here, others are up there. Carol, yes, please, we forgot about you. It's been a great pleasure. I want to, in my brief report and in the presentations that will follow, underline how much this is a collective operation, how much we work together. It's not at all a president deciding everything and orders coming down. It's a whole lot of people working in the interests of common aims and making decisions together. There we are, there we've been for the past 3 years. In the past 3 years, the Society has undertaken a good number of projects. I'll simply list the most important. One that you might have seen has been a desire to improve the status of translation studies in Wikipedia. We've had a session going downstairs. We've been working on this for some time. This developed from the Germersheim Congress, where we set up a glossary committee. We tried to establish a translation studies glossary as a wiki of its own, an independent wiki. It just wasn't working. We could see people are using public media, Wikipedia in particular. We moved into Wikipedia. We started to do a lot of that work. You can't see that it's us, but it's us. Not all the time, there are others as well, but this has been our initiative, or the way it's gone. The International Doctorate in Translation Studies has been a major initiative. It's been a long time coming. We had a very productive meeting on this in Germersheim. So in 3 years, we have actually set it up. We have selected the first 10 candidates, and we'll hear more about that. Not candidates, the 10 members. We'll hear more about that in a short while. We have initiated new activities. We conducted a training seminar for translation teachers in Krakow with the universities there and with the participation of experts from other places. That was a success, I think, pedagogically and financially, and I trust that that kind of activity will continue. We've also moved into a new model for the publications of proceedings. We had a series with Benjamin's of proceedings of the prior congresses. After Germersheim, quite frankly, we just got too big to do that, for that to be practical. So we've had a series of publications derived from specific panels, 5 of which have reached publication so far, and others are still in the works. So I would count that as a success. We have now more than 500 members, 5,000 followers on Facebook, 11,000 likes, which is a lot, about 1,600 or more than 1,600 followers on Twitter. We are reaching a lot of places. This is our website. This is where it's been received, where it's been entered into in the past year. You'll see a focus on Europe, but also the United States, China. We are an international organization. And thanks to that success, we are financially quite well off, as we will now see from Isabel. Yes.
All right.
Do you want this?
Thank you, Anthony. I guess you are a happy president. I'm a happy treasurer. As you can see on the slide here, we are doing well. Our financial situation is really healthy. We have almost 60,000 euros in assets, distributed over 4 different accounts. And you have to know that 3 years ago, we had approximately 30,000 euros. Which means that we have almost doubled our assets, so I think it's a really good thing. Just for information, we have 4 accounts. PayPal is used because you might have received mails from me, from the treasurer. I use PayPal for to receive payments. The Belfius current account is used for both receiving and making payments. We have a savings account and the BAWAG account in Austria, which is used by very few members. Okay, as Anthony told us, we have been doing fine as far as membership are concerned. We have more than 500 paid members for this year, which is a 80% increase in comparison with last year, and even 25 compared to 2 years ago, so it's really fine. And PayPal remains the main method of payment, the one you seem to prefer for the last 3 years, actually. All right. Let's now turn to our expenses, not all figures are rounded, okay? I've been checking the accounts from the from the last Congress 3 years ago, so I will first start with an overview of 2013 and 14. We have actually almost each year the same cost items that are our annual grants, like the book purchase grant, the summer event grant, and other reimbursements as well. So we have expenses that are annual and other expenses. For that period, 2013 to 14, our expenses amounted to approximately 8,000 euros. Then we have 2015, last year, a little bit less. Again, our annual grants, like the purchase grant, summer grant, and event grant, a few expenses on our website and flyers, which is approximately in total 3,700 euros. Then this year is a Congress year, which is always a little bit more expensive. Again, the same cost items like the summer school, event grant, website content update. We have been investing again in the Krakow training program, in the IDTS meeting, and this year we have spent up till now approximately 5,700 euros. There are some expenses to come. It's still in 2016, which are the book purchase price, the young scholar price, and the translation price still have to be paid, as well as a few expenses like, again, the rest of IDTS meeting and S Congress board. So it means that we still have to spend, I guess, approximately 9,000 euros this year. Let's now turn to the bright side of life, our income. Our income comes from fees, actually. That's the most part. When you have a look at the figures, you see that in average, we have 11,000 euros, 11,500 euros each year from fees. And some people pay in advance or pay for 3 years. That's why we always have we have fees for the next years, like here. We have income from sponsorship and donation, but it's not that much. And we made profit on our Quaker training for trainers event, which is not the aim of that event, but that was the case. So our income was approximately 43,000 euros in the last 3 years. Okay, so the balance is rather positive. We are earning more than we are spending. In average, we spend approximately less than 9,000 euros, and we earn more, approximately 14,000 euros, and that's why our financial situation is healthy, I guess. This is a draft budget for the next term. I expect that our expenses will amount to approximately 20,000 euros, with grants, these annual grants, approximately 7,500, reimbursements and all kinds of expenses like investing in the website, for example, and I think promoting the IDTS network, for example. As far as income is concerned, fees in 17 won't be that much, since we are offering the fee for the paid members of this year for next year. So which means that we'll have fees from 18 and 19, so I expect approximately 21,000 euros. Which means that for the next term, there will be a status quo. We might even have a little bit a deficit. However, I'm really confident about the next term. If you have seen at the beginning, we have 58,000 euros. So I think we are doing fine, and I'm looking forward to work with, if I have the chance to work with the next team. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabelle. Isabelle Robert. Treasurer is one of the most thankless tasks in any organization. She's done a wonderful job, and we are very appreciative. Okay. I'll move on to a brief report by these committees. I've wanted to show the faces, at least, of everybody who is working in these committees, just to give a visual idea of our extension. We give a book purchase grant over the past 3 years that's gone to Estonia, Argentina, and Croatia. You'll notice that according to our constitution, we are an international organization despite the name European, and we've been pushing beyond the borders of Europe, as Hella will appreciate. The person in charge of that has been Agnes Somlo, who is here. We'll give you all a big round of applause at the end. And Agnes, okay, thank you, Agnes, and her committee for that work. Okay. The event grant is Madalena. Is Madalena here? Okay, we will thank her in absentia with help from a lot of people there. The event grant, I think it's up to €1,000, went to Vienna, University of Maryland for a seminar there, and Antwerp in this year. So very thanks to all the people in that particular committee as well. We'll move on. Summer school scholarship. This is the one given every year to attend a summer school. Yvonne has been in charge of that, and she's not here. Many thanks to the people in that committee. And the prizes, or the scholarships, went to Poland. That's Pavel. He's here, isn't he? I saw his big smiling face. Okay. Juho, I don't know how to pronounce him, but he's there in Finland. And Inci, I don't know how to pronounce that one either, who's at Amherst in the United States of Turkish origins. Okay, so those 3 people have benefited from the grants. This is one area, we're not good at spending money, you've noticed. This is one area we could improve. So we would like the next board perhaps to consider giving more summer school scholarship grants. We've instituted a translation prize. This was on the suggestion of Aline, of various people, okay, who got together. Aline Kamel was in charge of the committee. Isabel has taken it over in recent years, with help from quite a lot of people and a different mix of languages. We have decided in the past 3 years to give financial support to a translation into English of Fedorov from Russian, translation into Chinese of a book on game localization, and 2015 work from Polish into English of a Polish translation theory. Okay, and the prize for 2016, we got 2 in 2015, has yet to be announced. Okay, we're still working on that one. I hasten to add, I had somebody come up to me saying, "Oi, the EST has commissioned a translation from Russian of Fedorov, and you've got the wrong person. You shouldn't translate him." Okay, and I don't know. What do I know about it? Perhaps you did get the wrong one, but we got the right translator, I think. Anyway, and I said, "Look, really, no, we didn't commission anything. We open a call. We get proposals, and we select from the proposals that come in. So if you're not happy with that, if you want somebody else to be translated from Russian, please put in a proposal. Participate in it. Don't come along and criticize after the fact. Participate in it, present a good proposal. We've got some money, your chances are okay." Okay, and we do need more good proposals for this particular grant. The Young Scholar Prize Committee, which has waded through, lots and lots of applications, that is doctoral theses. This is given once every 3 years. It's a substantial prize, and the person in charge of that committee has been Arndt Jacobsen, who is the person who should present it. Would you like to come up and say a few words, Arndt, before I show the next slide, which has the lucky winner? Is this going to work? Or
Benjamin's is not behind this.
sorry?
Benjamin's should not be thanked for this.
Okay.
Possibly.
I don't know.
So, yeah. Is it okay? I think this is the high point. For me, this is the high point of the general meeting. The announcement of the winner of the EST Young Scholar Prize. We received 42 submissions. And as promised, we reviewed all of them. They were reviewed by 3 experts. In some cases, the committee members were bold enough to consider themselves experts, but in many cases we had to rely on external support. Some submissions were in languages that we didn't really know, and some were in subjects that were very far away from where we considered ourselves experts. But I'd like to thank the members that you see up there for doing really hard work, and the many external experts also that we enlisted. I'd like to thank them for their very generous readiness to assist. I must, thank everybody who contributed. And by a gradual process of selection and deselection, we narrowed down the field of candidates to 6, all of which we agreed were very strong candidates for the award. And between them, they illustrated the wonderful variety of young scholarly research in our field, and the way in which boundaries are being moved by these young scholars. In the end, however, we were all agreed that one contribution had an edge above the others in form, in methodological rigor, and in the added value we thought that this PhD gives to translation studies. And the title of the submission was "The Translator as Text Producer: The Effects of Writing on Trans-Editing and Translation Performance," submitted to the University of Antwerp in 2014. And the author of this winning submission is Iris Schrijver. What's your name?
No, it's streamed online. We're all our happy customers outside of the hub.
Thank you so much. I think it's a great initiative, this Young Scholar Prize. So I would like to thank the board and also the committee for assessing all these applications. I would also like to thank my supervisors, Professor Leona van Varenberg and Professor Luc van Waas from the University of Antwerp, for their guidance and advice. And maybe for those who are still in the process of finishing their PhD, I know it can be quite challenging, but try to enjoy the ride and keep up the good work, okay? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aunt. In the interest of completeness, I show our wonderful newsletter editors who have done some fine work. And I move on to our biggest committee, because one of our initiatives has been the International Doctorate in Translation Studies. We've had a steering committee that you can see there. And we've had an advisory committee, which is quite extensive. And for the International Doctorate in Translation Studies, we've had an evaluation committee, which you can see there, the chair of which is Christine Schäffner, who will now present the results of the first round of evaluation.
Okay, well, good afternoon, everybody. We had, at the last EST Congress in Germersheim, we had agreed to work towards setting up this International Doctorate in Translation Studies network, and we produced a number of documents, and so the main aim of, you can see here, the main aim of the network of the IDTS is to have a worldwide network of programs in doctoral research in translation studies, with the aim that these members of these programs will cooperate, share good ideas, good practice, via cooperating, improve the training in terms of content, the structure we have for support, and also working towards joint doctorates. Sorry, so we had the initial foundation document has been available on the website, and then the first call was issued with a deadline for the 30th of June 2016. We had produced templates for how to complete the application form. There was a guidance document on the website, and then during the summer, mainly July and August, we worked on the evaluation. And we had initially hoped that the network would be fully operational now from September, from the EST Congress, but we need a little bit more time to actually have it fully set up. So the evaluation committee, as a subgroup of the EST Doctoral Committee, and Anthony had already showed you the membership. So what we did, since this is a new initiative and we still need to learn also to see how our documentation, whether it was sufficient, whether it was clear enough, we said that each application was actually looked at by 4 members of the evaluation committee, so which also meant quite a lot of work for us. And we also made sure that we would not look at applications of programs which came from the country where we are working in, and also whether there was any kind of conflict of interest, if anybody had closer links with a particular program. So this was all ruled out to really assure objectivity. And we had then, after we had received all the individual evaluation forms, we then had one meeting at the end of August where we compared our impressions and then agreed. And if a member of the committee was also a member of the program which had applied, we made sure that the prime member was not present at the discussion which was going on. And then our recommendations were then sent to the EST board, because this is an initiative on behalf of the EST. So we did not decide of who will be admitted to the network, but we made recommendations to the EST board for approval, confirmation, or rejection. So there was quite a lot of information which we had asked for. We deliberately, for the very first call, we did not put any quantitative constraints, but we wanted the programs to tell us what you are doing. So we also asked, like, give us this information, attach any kind of supporting document which you may have. This also meant that what we got back from the program was kind of different. So some programs had sent us a lot of additional documents to confirm. Others were a bit shorter in the information we had. Also, we noticed that the guidance document might not have been so clear in specifying what exactly do we want, what exactly do we mean. So some of the questions were formulated more like a yes and no. So the answer was yes, where we had hoped we could get a bit more information. So what we learned from this process also was that we need to revise the application document to make sure that absolutely everything is clear for you if you want to apply for the next round. So we admitted then 10 programs to the network, and it's a network of programs, so not universities. But here you have the list of the universities from which the programs had been admitted. Antwerp University, Aston University, so Belgium, Aston in the UK, Bar Ilan, Israel, Boğaziçi in Turkey, Bologna Forlì, Italy, Geneva, Switzerland, Krakow, Poland, Leeds, UK, Ljubljana, Slovenia, and Vienna from Austria. And I think they all deserve a round of applause for being the first members. But with such a small group of programs, so the fully operational activities are a bit difficult to set up. So that's why our suggestion to the EST board outgoing and incoming will be that in the coming months, so these 10 programs will work together with the EST Doctoral Studies Committee in fully setting up the network to revise the application forms and other revision which need to be done. Because, I mean, the programs which completed the application forms, you know best where you struggled with the formulation, what we had. So we need you also in doing the revision of the forms. So we, also the documentation, this foundation document refers to a board of management to be elected at the general meeting of the IDTS network as a whole, ideally to coincide with the EST Congress. So this is also something where we need to work towards in the future, and that's why we said that we will not wait for the next 3 years before we issue the second call, because some people also had contacted us saying, I would like to apply, but the time is too short, I need to get some more information together, so that the board, EST board, has agreed that the 15th of February 2017 will be the deadline for a second call, so that more programs can apply for admission, and then once the network is bigger than after the second round, that then a general meeting with proper elections of a board of management will take place. But the exact dates and practicalities will need to be discussed with the EST board. But the most important thing is we have fulfilled our aims of having the network, so 10 programs are there, and these 10 programs can start from tomorrow onwards to share information, to share ideas, and start cooperating, mainly online probably. That's all we need to say from this one.
Thank you very much, Christina. Thank you for Christina and the committee, all the people in the Doctoral Studies Committee. We move on to the most exciting part of our program today, and that's voting. Now, we need a code to vote, and you need a place to go to vote. And somebody is going to explain that? No. I'll first explain the first thing we have to vote on. For some time, we've realized that a lot of our bureaucratic energy goes into processing the renewed fees, as Isabel can testify. And a movement to fix this up is to offer a 3-year fee for a reduced price. We have to do that as the general meeting, so that is our first proposition to be voted on. Do you want to say something, Helen?
Yeah, about the technique. Did you put in a web address? No, but you know, we have sent information out to you. You know that you need to go to the intranet. Is that true? You need to go to the EST intranet. If we don't have the link yet, then if you have trouble finding it, you could just go to the Congress website, choose program, and go to and pick then general meeting, and it will take you all the way. Do you have the intranet page that Lucia has been writing emails to you about it? Is it not on? It is not even on.
What? Oh.
Okay, so I said again that Lucia has been sending you emails with information about how to, with the program. Can you find that intranet page? Okay. Okay. You don't. I wrote the internet address. What?
Okay.
Yeah. Can you?
Here we go.
Can you?
We can see. Oh, why is this not on?
Yeah.
Oh, good. There you should have the address to go to. It's long, but if you get into the EST web, the long address. Sir?
Yeah.
You get into the EST website though, and you click on meeting, and you get to the intranet, and then you get the link to go to, and then we have to write in a code.
Yes, which we will give you in a second. We just need to see that you actually get to the intranet page. Okay, you see any problems? Do you have the page there? Yes, you'll get the code. I just wanted to know if you were there. Okay, so you open the second link on the page, and then you'll get the code. Can we write the code, Anthony? Can we write the code?
What's the code?
It's 65
65
43
43
04.
04. Very secret code. Nobody heard me.
No, but it's not secret. It's just that we didn't want people to start voting.
Okay. All right, that's for the technicalities. While you're on that, there are two propositions which I think come together because these are easy, not easy, but we think we know what you're going to answer. The second proposition is a call for full academic freedoms in Turkey. As you know, many of our colleagues had a lot of trouble getting here today from Turkey. They have all arrived, which is a welcome piece of news, but under extreme difficulty, requiring permission from the rector and a lot of red tape. And at least one university has closed down, people losing their jobs. I think it's legitimate for us to call here from the floor for a very simple proposition that we collectively call for full academic freedoms in Turkey. That's proposition number 2. I invite you to vote as soon as you can.
Exactly. You need to vote, Anthony.
Oh, yes, okay. Yeah, 654.
Right now, they're voting for the first proposition.
Yeah, okay, you're voting for the first proposition?
Yes. The username, well, we can't give you. It's in Mucha's mail. Is that what we agreed to say? Yes. That she sent you a mail shortly before the Congress, and she actually also sent you. Well, this is the way of protecting this election, you know, so that only members can vote. So, what are you asking for? How to?
He can't hear you.
Okay. So, Wucha, when did you send an email? Tuesday evening, even Tuesday night, the night between Tuesday and Wednesday. Wucha sent out a mail with instructions and also with the code for the password for the intranet, the EST intranet, and asked you to please remember it or bring it. Well, we can see that at least people are voting now.
Yeah. Oh, very good. Oh, I'm voting. I've voted.
Now, yeah, so that's what you get, and they all get that.
Okay.
So when you think you're ready, we are ready to go on to the next proposition.
Has anybody not been able to vote? Please raise your hand. There's an age
And is a
cutoff
member.
point, of course. Because you can't get in?
Okay.
The server? Ah, okay. Okay, can we move to the next question? Can we move to the next question? We have to get everybody. Any success? I don't have time to waste on this, to be quite honest.
Some people are clicking
on the intranet directly from our website and they can't get into. So the suggestion is that they click on the link directly.
Okay, yep. Hella doesn't want to announce.
No, I mean to click on the link from, for example, the Congress website instead of, clicking on the intranet from our website.
Whatever works.
No, because some people are just entering the intranet and they
Yeah.
can't, just EST website and they
Oh, okay. You've got to go to the...
to first. And
Okay, for people getting lost to get to the intranet, the thing is to go into the EST website and click on this link up there, which takes you to this page, which is our agenda for the meeting. And there's a link down here to the intranet. Yeah. Okay. Do.
So people online can see the code, still can see the code.
Yeah.
And we'll update it.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let's see. Who has not been able to vote still? Please raise your hand. 1, 2, there are... But colleagues near you have been able to do it, right? So you can use collaborative, I don't know, whatever it is, distributed cognition.
this is just the first proposition.
This is the first proposition. But if we're able to do this one, the rest will be easy. Okay, once you get this one right, we're okay. Gary's been able to vote. Yes, he feels good, all right. Who's still stuck? Aline needs help. Anybody still need help? Or you've just given up? Okay, I think we'll close the first voting. Sorry? Move to the next proposition, please. The next proposition, you can see it now. The EST calls for full academic freedoms in Turkey. Agree or disagree? And that was easy, wasn't it? No, it wasn't easy. Has anybody had trouble with that one?
And you can even click on and then you can see the voting results. Sorry? Yeah?
It says email me the results. Okay, how can we know the result of the vote?
It is in there and Thomas has them.
Okay.
Do you want to see them?
Well, we'd like to see the vote, yes. We've finished voting? Well,
We have a few people who didn't get the email and who can log into the intranet. Is it possible to collect manual votes from them?
Yes, raise of hands then. For this one, Anthony, for this one, raise of hands, right?
which one?
Yeah, for the proposition. She asked, can we collect manual votes? But that would just be a show of hands.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. We have the reason. I'd like to. Okay. As a plan B, please raise your hand if you agree to proposition 1. Those in favor, those against, the ayes have it. Proposition 2 on Turkey, those in favor raise your hands. Those against, the ayes have it. Wasn't democracy easy before electronic communication? Do we have some numbers through the electronic voting? Okay.
Do you want the next code?
Yes.
The next code is this one.
The next code. Oh, where do I put that?
Oh, no, this, yeah, okay, yes.
This is the one this we're voting on now, or not? Can I do raise of hands for this, please? Please let me do raise of hands. Yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we get to the really exciting part. And for this one, we're going to use raise of hands. Now, you may have seen that the candidates for the board have two candidates for vice president, and we've been negotiating how to deal with this. And a proposition from the only candidate for president is to allow two vice presidents. Why not? Without engaging in any acrimonious confrontation, etc. He has consulted us, we've consulted the Constitution. That is possible. We will have to amend the Constitution, but that's easily done. We need a 2/3 majority of the people present, of the people voting. And the proposition is as follows: where it says vice president in the Constitution, we now say one or two vice presidents. The more profound justification is, as you've seen, we are growing very fast and too fast, and there's a tremendous amount of work being done by these people here. We have plenty of work for two vice presidents. So it's an ad hoc situation which normally would not justify touching the Constitution, but it's also a very profound growth phenomenon which can easily justify this amendment. So the proposition that is being put forward by the executive board on the suggestion of the future candidate for president is that we adopt this amendment of the Constitution. Are there any comments on the proposition?
Not on the proposition as such, but I don't think you checked for it. So we have to check also that
The quorum is for the meeting as such, and we can do that by counting how many electronic votes were cast. Do we know? The voting for the amendment is easy. It's 2/3 of the votes cast. Okay? So the amendment is not problematic. The quorum of the meeting may well be problematic, and we may not count that. Sorry?
So,
We do not have a quorum. One moment, please. I consult the Constitution.
Quorum if we resume after 30 minutes, so if we suppose it's,
Yes, thank you. After 30 minutes, we resume. So we will have a pause now for 3 seconds.
and we can't do the other stuff?
We now resume. It's been half an hour since the beginning of the meeting. The quorum is no longer required. We can proceed with the amendment. You see, literary scholars are good at reading complex texts in creative ways. But seriously, I think we had 90 votes, which is 95, which is really not a quorum. It's not even all of you here present. But anyway. Okay, I put it to the floor that this proposed amendment be approved. Those in favor, please raise your hands. Those against, please raise your hands. Very good, I understand your reasons as well. It's passed by a vast majority of more than 2/3. Thank you. We now once that's done, the rest is really easy. Now, Hella, and can I just do raise of hands for these ones or not?
You can.
Yeah?
Or we can vote
Because the electronic bit that's the last one. That's when we need it. The last vote is the one where we need the electronics.
Exactly. So it would be nice to
Have.
so why don't we practice a little bit more?
Okay, we've got to practice some more. The code is.
27, 90, 80.
27?
27, 90, 80. Oh, are you? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought you wanted. Okay, I thought you wanted the other proposition.
Okay, you got it. You're now invited to vote for the next president of the European Society for Translation Studies. We've received one candidate with a written candidacy. Are there further candidates from the floor? Well done. You're invited to vote electronically. There is your code for this particular round. Are they all together or just... You'll see it when you get all of them. Yes? Okay, you will see one candidate with that number for president. You'll see two candidates where you can vote for two, maximum. You'll see one candidate for Secretary General who is continuing, and one candidate for Treasurer who is continuing. Okay, is that right? And the number is up there. Oh, you're allowed to have a no vote, a blank vote, abstention vote, whatever you want to call it. Anybody not able to get in there and vote? You voted for president?
Yes, and we'll continue whenever you say.
Oh, well, let's continue. Who has not voted for president? Oh, okay. Oh, dear me. Actually, we've got tons of time. We're okay. Don't want only one candidate. Come on. How are we going? Who has not voted for president? Have 90, I think that's good enough. I now invite you to vote for vice president, where there are two candidates and the possibility of a no vote. You have a maximum of 2 votes. Any questions on this? It doesn't show, I'm told.
Just so that you can follow what we are counting here, because Thomas has it on. So you can see that now we have 70, 71, okay?
Okay.
My God.
What's the matter? Can we show that?
No, because it may affect.
Ah, yeah.
That was our decision not to show it in the process.
It's very cool. You can see the two things going up, you see.
Yes, but we don't want to show you, not to.
Candidates who introduce themselves,
You know.
before you vote.
We've had 4 written candidacies distributed twice.
Yeah, but some people do not know which to make.
And they haven't read the bloody candidacies.
Yeah, I know that.
No, for the next one we get presentations. You have received full written candidacies, in many cases 3 times, in some cases twice. To allow for the technical problems, I haven't asked for statements from the candidates because they're written. I will ask for a statement from the President, whoever he may be. Sorry, how are we going?
We're almost there. Should, yeah.
Okay, so you've almost finished voting for Vice President. Very good.
Yeah,
Move on. Let's move on to
yeah, well,
Secretary General. Okay.
okay. No, but not to influence.
Okay, but we're yeah, well, influence. Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, let people.
Okay, we'll move on. Oh, well, okay, you voted for Secretary General. Let's move on to Treasurer. Please vote for Treasurer. If you get to 60, we'll stop. Is that okay?
Let us just, yes, this will the last, so just let it run.
Okay. Oh, and no, it's not the last. We've got Treasurer. Is Treasurer?
This is Treasurer.
Good. Okay. Now, while you're finishing that vote, and we'll get the final tallies, for the actual board members, we have 4 available places in the board, and we have 5 candidates. In this particular place, I will ask for brief statements from the candidates, which could be 1 minute, 2 minutes, but there's no need for more extensive statements since we have distributed the written candidacies. Do we have a microphone available? For the first candidate alphabetically is Nune Ayvazyan, who is invited. Yes?
You know, we needed to see the results first. That was the idea. To not go to this round until we see the results for Vice President.
No, it doesn't matter now.
Okay, that doesn't matter anymore. So we need to delete. We'll delete then Kyriaki from the next vote.
Yes?
Right, and you have delete. Yeah, so that's it. This is our list. Anthony,
Yes.
is this our list?
Yes, you've got it there. So the people on this list, are you prepared just to make a very brief statement, convince us all as best you can?
Yeah.
Okay, Nune,
Yes, I'm asked to go there.
please do.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. My name is Nona Ivasian. My host university is Universitat Rovira i Virgili in Tarragona, Spain. Currently, I'm a doctoral student. I'm close to crossing the finish line. So I presented my candidacy because I do believe that we have a considerable proportion of doctoral students in our society, and I would really like to be their voice in this society, represent their interests and concerns. And I do believe that we need this because as the society is growing, and I do believe that we need more doctoral students to engage in this process, right? And another thing that I'm concerned about is to engage into interdisciplinary discourse, to expand the boundaries, as we're saying, of translation studies, going beyond translation, interpreting, but engaging in discourse with language education, politics, all sorts of topics. So basically, everything else is in the booklet. If there are questions, I will be very happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, a brief statement. Running for re-election, in fact.
Perhaps you know me. I've been
I've been organizing this Congress, and right now I think I'm running the online election, so I don't have my head to presenting myself. So, well, my reason actually for standing this time was to support the coming organizers, because these congresses are growing, and I thought it would make good sense to actually have somebody in the board who's just been through it. So that's what I suggest. Well, whatever.
Jonathan.
I'm Jonathan Downey. You may recognise me from such books as the one outside. No, my main interest in standing on the board is to increase the links between research and practice. I recently finished my PhD at Heriot-Watt University. I'm on the board of the Institute of Translation and Interpreting in the UK, and there's a push now from the profession to gain more data so that people after they graduate can be trained more effectively, can develop better. And having seen so far what we've seen in this conference, there's a push in academia to do more work with communities, on, for and with professional translation and interpreting communities. So if elected, what I would like to do is act as a bridge between the professional world and the research world, and look at building partnership schemes between the two worlds to show that research and practice are two sides of the same coin.
Thank you very much. Maureen.
Hello, everyone. My name is Maureen Ahrensberger. The Maureen is Canadian, the Ahrensberger is Swiss. I'm based in Switzerland. I do workplace research, interdisciplinary research, and I'm getting to the time where I see the end of my career approaching. I've been very welcomed in the translation studies community, and I would like to give back some of what it's given to me.
Thank you very much. Elizabeth.
And I'm Elizabeth Tiselius. I'm from Stockholm in Sweden. I represent interpreting very much. I'm in all the ins and outs of interpreting. I was trying to think of a field of interpreting where I have not tried to at least do a little bit. I believe in creating a common ground for interpreting. I believe in joining forces with sign language interpreting, with research on interpreting which is outside the professional sector. I believe in researching professional aspects of interpreting and cognitive aspects of interpreting. And I think that interpreting needs a strong representation in the board.
Thank you very much. Are there further candidates from the floor? Just as well. I now invite you to vote, and we have to give you the code. What is it? 4747314. Yes. Okay, the code is now up there for you.
And if you have problems with the internet, you just hand vote, and the red t-shirts will help you, will collect them. We need to count.
How does the Z
Yes, exactly. Who would collect them, right? The whole thing, right? Yeah. So, and we need to actually first count the manual votes. They've been collecting, those who could.
to no vote. Oh my God.
How can it go down? Oh, no, no. Can somebody help them?
Ja, jeg kan. Er der nogen, der kan? Jeg skal ind i listen. Ja, jeg tror sekunder. Kan vi også stemme tanken?
Who? Yes, innocent hands.
Ja, lige præcis. Så lige at sortere dem, sige hvad det kan være. Det vil være super, ja tak.
I think you have finished. You have voted. Thank you very much. Anybody still in it? Okay, we have paper votes which can be cast. We have a prezi. Is that you?
Yep,
Is
it's
this one?
So,
We'll present the results and then we'll move on to the Congress venue.
absolutely. And another thing, they need to count. So,
Shall I
can we, while they count, we
try
can
this?
put these onto, what do we do now to show them?
I can email the results.
Yes.
No, just connect the computer to
No,
But-
because
but
the
you
stream
can-
is connected to this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
So
that would be
Email.
shape.
Alright.
Yeah.
Email.
Yeah, just an email, and then we find our email. Do you have one that you can find, or would that be? Thomas, har du noget problem med webnet?
Nej, nej, web.
Jeg skal med det her.
No, det skal Do we have an email?
Mm-hmm. Anthony.pin. ENTHONY. God, I've got to do this yet too. Oh no. No.
Oh. So.
Skal vi prøve med at
Email
komme
to
på?
Anthony.
Oh, okay, so we email to you?
Yeah. Nothing sent. Off you go. What the hell is that?
Now you got the results for all the 4 groups. And then we can move on with it.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Let's
good.
connect.
Very nice.
Now, what we do need to do is to kind of, should we, before we show them, Anthony?
Yeah, but I'll show we can see the results for the first votes. We're still counting for the last one, okay? So, well done. You've agreed to reduce your fee for 3 years. Please use it. That's a lovely result. Oh, and that's, then I have to go back to my email, apparently. I have to go to my account to continue there. Because that was the first round.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I have to get the next link. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, we didn't. The amendment was just...
The amendment was a show of hands, so we did remarkably well. Arndt has a 91% majority. That's congratulations. We'll ask for a speech when we get through the results. Is that okay? Right, okay. Luke and Kyriaki are elected vice presidents. Congratulations to them. Witcher, you can continue. Isabel, you can continue. No, yeah. That's the other one.
No.
Oh, that's it's exciting, isn't it? Electronics,
Yeah.
technology.
So you need to add, in principle, these are what you need to add for 8 for Nuno, 9. So just let us just...
Okay, Nuni Ivezjan has 8 electronic plus 8 pen paper plus that is 61. Hella has 75 plus 9 is 84. Jonathan has 57 plus 5 is 62. Nuni had how many?
Yeah, exactly.
60.
So we
Whoa.
need to take care here.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so that was 61 and this is...
Maureen has 75 plus 9. Elizabeth has 75 plus 8. I'll go back and count again. Nuni Ivezjan, 53 electronic plus 8 on paper makes 62.
That makes... It makes
60. 61. 61. Sorry, Nuni, my mathematics is... And Jonathan has 57 plus 5, which makes 62.
Oh, that was close.
That's
I
not
propose
fair.
we have 5 board members.
I hereby declare elected to the board Hella Jonathan Darney, Maureen Ehrensberg Dow, and Elizabeth Delesius. Congratulations to those candidates.
And then you wanted the press?
The next piece of business, actually not in the order presented on the agenda, is the next conference venue. And I should explain here firstly that the organizers of the venue automatically get one person in the board, but I'll be asking for a raise of hands to confirm that. Now, we received, if I remember, 7 good candidacies for the venue. We were embarrassed by the richness and the quality of the proposals we had to choose between. This was a very long process by all members of the board. We selected 2 candidates, and I should be public knowledge that one was the University of Ghent in Belgium, which was a very strong candidacy, and the other was from Stellenbosch University in South Africa. We went back to both those institutions and asked for further information. We had some specific questions on financing and costs. We got that. We discussed it again, we voted again. And our final decision was for Stellenbosch. I invite the representatives of Stellenbosch to come and present the candidacy. It's pushing boundaries, you see. So
indeed. Professor Pim, Professor Jacobsen, old board, new board members, and fellow EST members. We are now busy exploring the moving of boundaries. It is my great pleasure to share the crossing of one more significant boundary with you. In 3 years from now, in September 2019, we will be making history by presenting the 9th EST Congress in Africa at Stellenbosch University. South Africa is a country where 11 official and many other languages are in daily contact. This foregrounds diversity and creates many thought-provoking juxtapositions and parallels for anyone working in translation studies. We are confident that hosting the 9th EST Congress in Africa is a strong confirmation of the dynamic nature of translation studies, not only on scientific or institutional levels, but also on the level of physical geography. Stellenbosch is about half an hour's drive from Cape Town International Airport. Founded in 1679, Stellenbosch is South Africa's oldest town. With its oak-lined streets and its picturesque architecture, it is certainly one of the most beautiful. Well, I'm not objective. Stellenbosch University is a world-class, multilingual, research-orientated institution. The university has 10 faculties housed on 5 campuses. It is home to more than 30,000 students, a third of which are postgraduate. The Congress will be hosted by the Department of Afrikaans and Dutch in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. Translation, including interpreting and editing, has formed a core element of the department's academic activities for more than 30 years. Currently, the department offers 4 postgraduate programs in translation, including a master's, a PhD, and a postgraduate diploma. Our academic activities are underpinned by research in fields spanning Afrikaans and Dutch literature, literary studies, linguistics, and related applied fields such as lexicography and language acquisition. The main lecture hall at the Congress venue can accommodate 350 participants, and additional halls are available for parallel sessions. All rooms are equipped with computers, data projectors, and sound systems. Also available are electronic classrooms for interactive presentations or demonstrations, and a large open space suitable for poster presentations. The venue has wireless internet access as well as ample space and seating for refreshment breaks. Stellenbosch is a well-known tourist destination in its own right, providing a wide range of accommodation suited to all tastes and budgets. The town is synonymous with excellence in winemaking and home to a number of the country's leading restaurants. The surrounding landscape features numerous award-winning wine farms, many of which offer cellar tours, markets, restaurants, and breathtaking scenery. Visitors interested in arts and culture can choose from art galleries, museums, theaters, and historical tours. The historic town center is a shopping destination of note, with arts and craft stalls, gift shops, jewelers, and booksellers. Nature lovers can visit the local botanical gardens and nature reserves. Cape Town, another world-class tourist destination, is located less than an hour's drive from Stellenbosch. Taking the cable car up iconic Table Mountain offers magnificent views of South Africa's mother city. Cape Point, the Kirstenbosch Botanical Gardens, Robben Island, and the V&A waterfront are all within easy reach. Visitors can dine at the city's numerous restaurants and visit its blue flag beaches. The more adventurous can enjoy activities including shark cage diving, scuba diving, upseiling, and many others. From Cape Town, one could easily visit the rest of South Africa's attractions, such as the Kruger National Park. So, we really look forward to your joining us in Stellenbosch for the 2019 EST Congress as we zoom in on the theme, Living Translation Studies. I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That was Ilse Feinauer, for those who don't know Ilse already. My remaining duty, no, firstly, look, In the interest of disclosure, I am currently an extraordinary professor at Stellenbosch University. Our board has a very strict recusal guideline, so I did not participate in those votes or discussions at all. Okay, and we do this systematically for everything where a member of the board has an interest. Now, one remaining member of the incoming executive board should therefore be Professor Ilse Feinhaar from Stellenbosch University. All those in favor of her inclusion in the board, please raise your hand. All those against? Well done. Okay, so we can see you all in Stellenbosch, we hope, in 3 years' time. I therefore declare elected the entire incoming executive board and all office holders, and it's my pleasure to call on the incoming president, Arndt Jacobsen, to say a few words on behalf of those elected members.
Many, many thanks to everybody here. I'm here for you, and I am incredibly honored by the trust that you have placed in me. I would not have dared to assume this without the hope of very experienced members continuing on the board. I will be totally dependent on their expertise. The prospect is also daunting, I think, because I think the outgoing board, and Anthony perhaps in particular, has been so successful in developing EST to beyond anything that could be imagined a few years ago. So I think we should give the outgoing members a round of applause for the work that they have done in the previous years. And the one who perhaps deserves the biggest applause is the one over there in the corner, Anthony. You've done it. I started my itinerary into this by making a huge blunder because in a statement that I had to write rather quickly, I forgot to include one very important member of the board who was running for re-election. We are totally dependent, and I apologize to Hille. We will really need you on board and your expertise in the planning of the next conference. And I didn't know that the board was going to vote for Stellenbosch, but the prospect of having the next EST Congress in Stellenbosch would have been a strong motivation, I have to say, in running for president. So thank you, all of you. And I really look forward to working with the new board members. Nune, I will make sure that we have contact with the PhDs also. I think you had a very important point there, and we'll see to it that the interests of PhD students is taken care of. So thank you all.
Thank you, Arndt. Are there questions and points from the floor? Yes, please, Aline. In Germanic tradition, yes. You can vote now. Raise your hand if you agree to discharge the old board. All those in favor of discharging me. Well done. Against? I think the ayes have it. I consider myself discharged. And the non-incoming members. Further points, questions? Well, I've saved too much time. I was really worried about the technology, and I wanted to save lots of time for that. It wasn't that bad, was it? So we do have time for discussion if there are any points to be raised. If not, Hella has lots of time to prepare her dancing shoes for the dinner, and I hereby close the general meeting of the European Society for Translation Studies. Many thanks for attending.